No, I think today is a good day for Kenyans, and I'm grateful that there was a lot of pragmatism within the team by ensuring that the views from various people were taken into account. I'm particularly happy we addressed issues as Nairobi County about the permanent transfer of functions from the people from Nairobi, and that has been reversed in this draft, that now our people can be able to enjoy devolution just like anybody else. We're also happy about the issue of equality of the vote, that we can have true representation. And the space of young people, you know, there were those who are saying that don't touch this document, don't touch a comma, because they wanted a contest. There's not going to be any contest. All of us as Kenyans, I think the path of consensus, the path of win-win is what we all want, so that we can have a document that all of us are proud of. So I'm happy by what we have today as a BBI, and it shows that the president himself was very pragmatic in accommodating, and he said himself that he himself listened to various different people. On some of the issues, we were only lone voices. I remember sounding like a broken record, that yes, in as much as Nairobians need services, you don't solve a temporary problem with a permanent solution. That because one governor has not been able to perform, or another one, then you take away, you throw away the baby with the bathwater. And as Nairobians, we're very happy. And with what NMS is doing, it sets a good foundation for the next county government to be able to pick up from there. So we're happy, and I'm sure we'll surpass the 1 million signatures that are required. That will be done. And those who are looking for a no side, there'll be no side. They'll be disappointed. There's no side, apart from maybe a few people in civil society who want to, it's also an opportunity to make a name for yourself. But generally, there's consensus. The church, the issues they had, there's no perfect document. The only document that can't be amended is the Bible. Apart from the Bible, there'll be amendments in future, and we'll keep refining it to get a perfect outcome.
I think this is quite interesting. I was just going through the bill as Senator Sakaja was speaking. There seems to have been editorial issues. I fought very hard to ensure that persons with disabilities are represented in the National Assembly, in the Senate, and in the counties' assemblies. And I think at this point in time, we need to sit down with my team and interrogate this issue. Cursory look provides for 4 seats for persons with disabilities. So it's a big win, because there was no guaranteed representation in the National Assembly for persons with disabilities. So why am I saying it's a big win? Because in the 11th Parliament, I had proposed to amend the Constitution to provide for those 4 slots. So I carried over this proposal, and I'm happy. I tabled them in Naivasha, and now they have been included. However, the representation in the Senate has been removed, the 2 senators, a male and a female. Again, I think that's a misnomer. Because we would have expected that the House would also have the voice of people with disabilities. And also we will need to make sure that we guarantee representation in the county assemblies. That I think is very important. From this draft that I'm seeing here, I see an enhanced role of the Senate, because Senate is actually the stabilizer in terms of nationalism. Because National Assembly tends to be very parochial in terms of having people who represent the people. Is representation, but you see, the Senate represents counties, and it has been given vetting power. I've also seen the Senate has been given officially, because that was not in the current constitution, the position of the party leader in the Senate. It was not a recognized office, a constitutional office. So I think that would help the country move forward. And I hope that then, even if you don't get everything, there is something that you can talk about. I know for sure that Kenyans are not very mesmerized by these changes. It's the truth. That's the mood. Especially because of COVID and the tough economic times. That is a reality. But I hope that the collegiate nature of leaders, where we don't have a yes or a no side, that the question would be who will actually be competing to ensure that they galvanize their regions to support this document. That is the way to go, because I believe Raila Odinga needs this document, William Ruto needs this document, and all Kenyans need this document. What I expect, though, is that the 360 seats should go to places that are highly underrepresented. Like I come from Ruiru, we have 490,120 people. Surely, you cannot have that one member of parliament. So we expect that there will be delimitation of boundaries by the IEBC, and so are the wards, so that we ensure that actually every vote counts. So generally is to say that I'm happy that at least we're in the document. I don't think we've gotten what we wanted, but we can live with it. Let's see what goes forward. What I want to say is that currently we need to really address our macroeconomics. The country has borrowed over 1 trillion shillings this year. If we borrow another trillion, and we can see the conditionalities of the IMF and the World Bank, for sure, the economy may easily collapse. If we are doing 1 trillion at about 8 trillion shillings, our economy is valued at 9.8 trillion shillings. So if we borrow another, we will actually almost becoming insolvent. And if you look at all of the economies, the biggest borrower is the US economy at 20 trillion, followed by Japan. Africa does not have any country that has overborrowed like ourselves. So we are almost reaching the Greece, Italy kind of records. And if we continue like this, we will not even have money for devolution. So one of the things that we need to do, much as we are pushing for BBI, is to come up with a serious economic recovery plan so that we are able, by next year, as we transition to the 2021 election shenanigans, at least there will be something. Because if you look at even the performance of KRA, they have actually defaulted, I think, this quarter by about 50 billion. And that's why you are seeing the salary delays. Those are some of the issues that we need to address going forward, especially how do we make sure that we reactivate the county's economies to ensure that they contribute to the national kitty and not just drawing from the equitable share. I thank you.